All right, race fans, if you could stand with us as we get ready to start our opening ceremonies on this 4th of July, wonderful, great American holiday weekend. We start with the playing of God Bless the USA by Mr. Lee Greenwood.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right, race fans, you could join me in prayer. Lord, we are gathered here tonight to enjoy the spirit of competition between driver and machine. Lord, we ask that you keep all of the spectators, the drivers, the crews, and everyone safe, both tonight and on their drive homes this evening. Lord, on this wonderful July 4th Independence Day weekend, we ask that you be with our leaders as they make great decisions to help this wonderful nation move forward, one nation and under God. Lord, we ask all these things in your name. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. All right, race fans, as we get ready to kick the racing evening off here on this wonderful Independence Day weekend, we need your help starting it off. We're going to count it down from 3 with those most famous words in motorsports. 3, 2, 1. Drivers, start your engines! All right, here we go. First race of the evening, 4 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 here for your IMCA Modifieds. Up front on the pole, in the white number 17, Adrian Awalt on the outside. In car number 45, Brian Maychek. Inside of the next row, in the 44X, that's Brandon Welker outside of the second row there. In car number 12, that is Cody Leonard. So 4 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 for the IMCA Modifieds. And here, looks like we'll give him one more lap. I thought they were going to turn him loose this time. How y'all doing out there? Everybody having a good July 4th weekend so far? All right, so it looks like we got some logistical issues with the record there. So once we get that cleared away, we will get the cars back on track, or actually they're on track. Continue to start with the heat race, that is. So. All right, so now we're clear. There's lights go out. We'll get ready to turn them loose this time by. Adrian Awalt, Brian Maychek in the 45, 44X, and Brandon Welker the 12. But Cody Leonard, here we go, green flag. Right away, Cody Leonard split in the middle. Up to second spot before lap 1 is even over. Let's see if we can dive down there to the bottom towards the lead. Awalt with a good run on the outside. So he'll lead lap number 1. Cody Leonard there in the second spot for now. Diving down to the bottom. There he goes. To the lead. New leader, Cody Leonard. So that completed lap number 3. 5 more laps to go. 1 lap from halfway. Hot spot on the racetrack. Battle there for second between Maycheck and Awalt in the 45 and the 17 machines. There they are. Cross flags. Halfway home. 4 down. 4 to go. Heat race number 1 for your IMCA Modifieds. And right as I mentioned that hot spot battle for second, that battle dissipates and Maycheck in the 45 moves on. There they come, 2 laps to go for your leader, car number 12, the Papalote Kid, Cody Leonard. The C&D Electric Company Special. Into turn 4, out of turn 4 rather, white flag, 1 more lap to go. Checkered flag in the air. Heat race number 1 complete. Cody Leonard, your winner. 45. Brian Maycheck second. Adrian Awalt third. And Brandon Welker rounds out the top 4 there in the 44X. So up next on track, the ever popular E-Mod class. It's a growing class here at Texana Raceway Park. If you're looking for a way to go from the grandstands into racing, that's a good class to go, both the E-Mods and the Pure Stock class, which we'll have later on in the evening after the sprint cars. But up next, here we come with the E-Mods. All right, here's how they're going to line up on paper. I don't think they're going to line up this way on the track because I think your pole sitter, Nick Gomez, in the 74 is going to start scratch. So that'll move Cooper Calibra in the 04 to the front row alongside the L87 of Nathan Titzman. Then you've got the 33 of Braden Tumlinson, the 68T of Daniel Taylor, the 44V of Caden Valena, the 23 of Dustin Witchie. Brianna Witchie in the 59B, Phil Beckner in the 75. And running out the field, you got the 21S of Summer Nave and the 74 Nick Gomez. There they are. That's your lineup. Let's see here. 10 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 here for your E-Mods. And away we go, green and going. So Cooper Calibra in that 04, he's going for the hat trick, going for 3 wins in a row. Coming around the outside, another rookie from the famous Miklinchek Racing family tree. That's Nathan Titzman in the L87. Good battle there for third between the 44V of Caden Valena and the 33 of Braden Tumlinson. Trouble there for Taylor in his 68T, pulling to the infield in turns 1 and 2. Also trouble for Gomez there in the 74. We are halfway home 4 down, 4 to go for your leader, the L87 and Nathan Titzman. 04 Cooper Calibra running second. Braden Tomlinson running third in the 33. The fourth spot, the 44 V, Caden Valenta. And Phil Beckner in the 75 rounds out your top 5 here in the main event for the E-Mods. Trouble there for Gomez in the 74. So that was lap number 6 complete. 2 more laps to go. Gomez stuck on a tire down there in turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. Here we go. 1 more lap for your leader, the L87, Nathan Titzman. Nathan Titzman wins the heat race. Cooper Kaliba second. Tomlinson third. Valenta fourth. And Phil Beckner rounds out your top 5 there in the E-Mods. So coming up next, you'll see him pull on the racetrack, the first of 3 heat races for the Southern United Sprint Cars here at Texana Raceway Park, the final sprint car show of the year here at Texana. So a couple of the races they've had so far have been really good and entertaining. Not expecting that not to change tonight as we have Revved Up Sports Show night at the races. So if you want to double dip a race in action, don't forget tomorrow evening at the South Texas Race Ranch in Corpus Christi there at Saratoga and Old Brownsville Road. They're having a complete racing show there tomorrow night. That's the sister facility run by our promoter, Owen Pittman. They have a full run. You can check out all the information on that particular race. Find them on Facebook, South Texas Race Ranch. That's the best place to find the information. Still getting their website up and running for rebuilding it. Had to rebuild the website, still not up and running. So check out South Texas Race Ranch. They're on Facebook as well. As don't forget to check out and be friends with us on the Facebook page for Texana Raceway Park. Just do a nice little Facebook search, Texana Raceway Park, and you can find out all the news, information, and all the racing happenings here at Texana. Speaking of racing happenings, next race weekend here will be actually next weekend, July the 9th. We'll have a full card of action, all the normal classes here that you see racing with us every single week here at Texana Raceway Park. So we got 6 cars in this heat race. The 31 will be the pole sitter right there. The 31 of Chase Schubert. Also got the 12 of Trey Schmidt. The 76 of Daniel King. The 22L of Kent Lewis. And we got the 3 of Willie Reed. And then we got a 41 of Kent Lewis. I'm assuming one of those is going to be junior or senior. So we'll get that kind of squared away before the evening. If it holds true where you have Kent Lewis Sr. there in the 22L, that is one of the elder statesmen of racing. Last time I checked, he was 72, fixing to be 73 years old there in the 22L, the orange and white machine coming out of turn number 4. There comes the 3 of Willie Reed. Looks like we're waiting on, there it is, the 76 of Daniel King right there. Getting ready to get turned loose there on the front straightaway. So these are 305 sprint cars, 305 cubic inches of racing motorsports action. All right, so recapping the running order, the way they're going to start, the 31 of Chase Schubert on the pole, the 12 of Trey Schmidt. Inside of row number 2, the 76 of Daniel King outside. In the orange and white 22L, that is Kent Lewis Sr. Inside the next row, the 3W, that's Willie Reed. And round and around the field, there in the 6th spot is Kent Lewis, there in the 41. The lights are out. Here we go. Green to going in the sprint cars. So right off the bat, good battle there between Trey Schmidt in the 12 and Chase Schubert in that 31, but give the advantage to Schmidt in the 12 cars that come out of turn number 4. So Schmidt taking to the point. Now the good battle there for third. Shaping up was there for a second between Kent Lewis Sr. and the 22L and the 76 of Daniel King. King able to take the 3rd spot from Lewis. So battle for the Lewises back there in turn number 4 for position number 4. Senior on the outside. In the 22L, then you got the 41 on the bottom. As we come this time to complete lap number 4, halfway home, cross flags, 4 down, 4 to go. And trouble there for Lewis in the 41, off the pace, down the front straightaway. That was lap number 6, coming up on 2 more laps to go. Your leader continues to be the 12 of Trey Schmidt. 31 of Chase Schubert, 76 of Daniel King. That is your top podium as they come to complete lap number 7. One more lap to go. Out of turn number 4, Chase Schmidt picks up the W over Chase Schubert. Daniel King in a good battle between Kent Lewis Sr. and Willie Reed round out the top 5. So we'll do just like we did on the last one, get a couple of the cars out, give them a couple of warm-up lap sessions, and then we'll get ready to turn them loose. Here's how they're going to line up on paper. Up front on the pole in car number 6, although maybe having some mechanical issues, is Christopher Townsend in the 6. Gordon Taylor in the red number 5. Steve Liggio in the 11 starts 3rd. Teresa Waller in the 3 car starts 4th. Jacob Harris in the 26 starts 5th. And rounding out the field in 6th position, the 35 of Chris Henson. So it looks like we got a couple of cars still continuing to come out. And there's the 26 car we were waiting on. Jacob Harris in car number 26. All right, so recapping the lineup as they get lined back up here after the hot lap session. Christopher Townsend on the pole in car number 6. In car 5, Gordon Taylor. The 11 is Steve Leggio. The 3 of Teresa Waller. The 26 of Jacob Harris. And the 35 of Chris Henson. There they are, 6 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 2 for the Southern United Sprint Cars. All right, lights out, looking them over. Here we go. Agree to going in the sprint cars. And a dogfight right there, battle. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all right there together behind Gordon Taylor. Here comes the 11 machine of Leggio. Now side by side there for 3rd, Teresa Waller in the 3W on the outside of Gordon Taylor in the 5. Gordon dropping like a rock in the fish tank. They're on the inside, went from the outside pole to the back in a couple of laps. So now we'll stick with 3rd spot with Teresa Waller battling there with the 35 machine. of Chris Henson as they battle down into turn number 1. Got the 26 of Harris going to join in the fun. So now Waller's pulled away as we come to halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go for the leader, Christopher Townsend. He's got about a half straightaway length lead over the 11 machine of Steve Leggio. Best battle on the racetrack is the side-by-side battle there for 4th and 5th spot. Get the spot now to the 26 machine of Jacob Harris onto the outside of Chris Henson in the 35. Meanwhile, coming up to complete lap number 6, 2 more laps to go. So the battle between 3rd, 4th, and 5th continues to rage on, but meanwhile, up front, white flag, 1 more lap to go for Christopher Townsend in car number 6. That's the battle for 3rd. Here comes the 26 machine. Harris moves in for 3rd. Townsend's going to win the heat race. Leggio 2nd, side by side for 3rd. The 26 of Harris is going to get it over the 3 of Teresa Waller. Good racing action here for the Southern United Sprint Cars here at Texana Raceway Park. All right, so here's going to line up on paper for heat race number 3. The 10 of Michael Oliver is going to be on the pole. The 7 of Rod Craddock outside of row number 1. Craig Oakes in the 91. Aiden Welch in the 10W going to start 4th. Inside of row number 3, Tyler Harris in car number 24. And rounding out the field starting 6th, the 15P of Andy Van Barklem. Once again, 8-lap heat race. 3rd and final heat race for the Southern United Sprint Cars. And here they go, getting everybody lined up as a recap in the running order. The 10 of Michael Oliver, the 7 of Rod Craddock, 91 of Craig Oakes, the 10W of Aiden Welch, 24 of Tyler Harris, and the 15P of Andy Van Barkum. There they are, 6 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 3 here for the Southern United Sprint Cars. Lights are out. Here we go. Green flag. Welch in the 10. Bangs wheels with the 91 of Craig Oates. Got one upside down there in turn number 1. To right at the start, there you see him just past the start-finish line, banging wheels. Looks like the driver's moving. Driver appears to be okay. And we do have confirmation from race officials there on the scene. The driver is fine. Driver is fine. Little upset, but so far so good. At least he's fine and walking. So we got a break in the action with the red flag as we tend to Aiden Welch there in turn number 1. Now's a good chance to go down, take a pause for the calls. Also check out the menu down there at the food vendors we have down there. Some of the best track burgers you'll find in the country, anywhere. All happen right here at Texana Raceway Parks. And now's your chance to take a pause for the calls. Don't forget your dollar Dos Heckies are still happening tonight. So make sure if you overindulge to make sure you already start planning ahead to find a good ride home. But as we have a pause in the racing action, now's a good chance. Go down and get your dollar Dos Heckies. Also other beverages available. So there you see the remnants of the 10W machine there of Aiden Welch there on the wrecker coming out of turn number 2. Not the way that the races wanted to get started. By no means. We appreciate your patience as we were dealing with the flip there in turn number 1. Hopefully the races will stay a little cleaner for the rest of the evening. So. All right, so the track has been given the clear to get back racing, so we'll recap the running order. So the 10 is Michael Oliver up front. The 7 is Rod Craddock. 91 is Craig Oates. He starts third. The 24 is Tyler Harris. And the 15 is Andy Van Barkum, minus the 10W of Aiden Welch. So it looks like they're just going to move up that back row to fill the spot. They were in 4th spot. So as we said, five cars remaining for 8 laps. No laps complete there on the heat race. Looks like we're getting ready to turn them loose, turn out the lights, and show them the one to go here in the SUS Sprint Cars heat number 3, third and final heat for the sprint cars. All right, so lights are out. Looking them over. Oliver and Craddock, that is your front row. Here we go. Green flag. So Craddock all the way to the outside into the front. Now here comes the 91 of Craig Oates coming back to the inside of the 10 of Oliver. So Craddock up to the outside. Oliver getting a little sideways. Here comes the 91 of Craig Oates. Hot spot on the racetrack. Battle there for second spot between Craig Oates in the 91 and the 24 of Tyler Harris. Coming up will be lap number 4. Halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go in the heat race number 3. Now the battle for the lead starting to shape up between Harris in the 24 and Craddock in the 7. So Harris diving down to the inside. Craddock's got the good run up on the outside. Oh, a little too loose coming out of turn number 2. New leader, Tyler Harris in car number 24. Craddock tried for the crossover out of turn number 4, just didn't have enough oomph in the motor to get it done. White flag, one more lap to go. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4. Started out back, but it'll end up front. Picking up the win. Harris in the 24. Rod Craddock in the 7. And Craig Oates in the number 91. Round out your top 3 here for the third and final heat race of your SUS Sprint Cars. So up next on tap will be the heat race for the Pure Stocks. As we said with the E-Mons, if you're looking for a way to go from the grandstands to the racetrack, this is another one of the affordable classes that you can get involved in. In fact, some of the Novas, I think, are actually for sale. I think any race car is actually for sale with the right price if you ask the driver on the right day. This is a good way to get off the grandstands and into the racetrack with these Pure Stocks. Check out the rules, all the them posted there on the Facebook page, Texana Raceway Park, as well as these cars race at the sister facility there, the South Texas Race Ranch. Here's your lineup as they line up on the pole in the 355. That's Mickey Helms. Outside of him in the 9, that's Gary Butler. Monty Chamberlain in the 35. Up next on the inside, Johnny Westfall in the 32, starting on the outside of row number 2. Wesley Maurer there in the 42M starts 5th. William Cellier in the 401 starts 6th. James Jennings in the 27 starts 7th. And Kenny Berry in the 01 rounds out your top 8 starting positions. 8 cars, 8 laps, heat race, one and only for your Pure Stocks. The lights out, looking them over. Here we go. Green flag. So Monty Chamberlain in the 55 cutting the grass there in turn number 2. Meanwhile, back up front, here comes a good battle as they all come thundering down the front straightaway. Mickey Helms in the 355 is your leader. The 32 at Johnny Westfall. They're in second. Gary Butler third. Here comes Penny coming up in the 01, up in 4th spot. Now here we come back to the front. Westfall in that 32 trying to get to the inside of Mickey Helms in that 355. Hot spot still continues to be that battle for the lead. Can't tell, may have a window net down in the 32. So there it is, battle for the lead. So Westfall in the 32, side by side with Mickey Helms down there in the turn number 3. They make a little bit of contact there as they enter the corner. Meanwhile, they stay together. But move Westfall in the 32 to the lead as we cross halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go in the heat race here for the Pure Stocks. So Mickey Helms not giving up without a fight. So Westfall about a 3-car length advantage going into turn number 3. Here comes Mickey trying to come back in, gets within a car length, but keeps it rolling. And your leader's getting caught in a little bit of traffic there with the 401 of William Cellier. So that allowed Mickey Helms in that 355 to get caught right back up to the back bumper. Here they come into turn 3, up out of turn number 4. Westfall still got the lead. One more lap to go. Into turn 3, about a turn number 4. Johnny Westfall is going to get it done in the Nova. He wins. Mickey Helms second. Monty Chamberlain third in the 35. Trouble there for Gary Butler. Got a lot of smoke coming out of the right rear end. All right, up next, here we go with the limited sport mods. Up front on the pole in the yellow number 93 is Mark Greener. In the 410, that's Audrey Joe. 13B, that is Bryce Reed. The BD2, that is Daniel Preston. Marcus Miklinchek in the 879. Caleb Sellier in the $4X. Tom Grothhughes in the 11T, and Logan Dinsman in the red number 26. So 8 cars, 8 laps, one and only heat race here for the sport mods. Here we go. Green flag. Here we go. And right off the bat, your leader is this 13B of Bryce Reed. He's won a couple of heat races so far this season. Little trouble there for the 93 of Griner. Oh, trouble there in turn number 2. Grothhughes gets sideways in the 11, took out the 93 with him. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go, but I think caution will come out on the racetrack, and indeed it does, going down into turn number 1. There you see the Texas two-step restart already lined up with Bryce Reed on the front by himself. Then you got the 879 of Miklinchek and the $4X of Caleb Sellier. That is your top 3 as we go back to green right here, right now. No trouble down there in turn 2 again. Couple of cars getting tied up. Greener spins around again on the back straightaway, so caution's out again for the 11 and the 93. And there goes the door panel on the 11. So Texas two-step restart still in effect, kind of the same lineup as it was before. 13B of Bryce Reed up on the pole, 879 of Marcus Miklinchek there on the inside. Outside, the $4X of Caleb Sellier. Then you got the BD2 of Daniel Preston, 93 of Mark Greener, the 410 of Audrey Joe, and the 26 of Dinsman. It looks like they're walking to pick up some more degree there on the backstretch. All right, so coast is clear. Looks like the lights are going to go out. Here we get ready to go back to green. Here we go. Green flag. So Bryce Reed checks out. That battle there for second. That hot spot between Miklinchek and the 879 and Caleb Sellier and the $4X. Coming up on 2 to go right here. That was lap number 5. Coming to complete lap number 6. Hot spot on the racetrack. Battle there for third between Caleb Sellier and the $4X and the BD2 of Daniel Preston. White flag. Here we go. One more lap for your leader, the 13B of Bryce Reed. Miklinchek's going to make a run for it. Not going to be enough time. Bryce Reed's going to win. Miklinchek second. Side by side for third. Give it to Sellier. Over the BD2 of Daniel Preston. Greener in the 93 survives for a 5th place finish. That is your top 5 here in the limited sport mods. All right, coming up next, the first of 2 heat races here for the factory stocks. Here's how they're going to line up. Up front, the 777, that's Will Spears. The 1H is Chad Herring. The 12, that is Cody Leonard. The 55N, that's Monty Chamberlain. The 8-star, that's Tim Homeyer from College Station. The 94 is Alan Torres, and the 19 is Mike Horelka. There they are, 7 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 for your factory stocks. Lights are out. Here we go. Green it going. Oh, trouble right away. So Spears in the 777 gets together with Herring in the 1H. Kind of caught up Alan Torres with him too in the 94. I was going to say, watch the 55M of Monty Chamberlain, that Seals Hot Rod specialty car. He's been gallivanting around Europe for about the last 4 weeks. This is his first race back in about 6 weeks, so he's itching to go racing. So watch Monty Chamberlain in that 55M. So it looks like they're going to restart it again, minus the 777 in the back. So that moves Cody Leonard and Chad Herring up front. As we get ready to restart, here we go. 6 cars remaining here. It's green flag. And Leonard trying to pop to the inside still. Herring jumps out. About to be 3 wide there for a second. Holmeyer thought better of it going into turn number 3. Side by side there for second. Leonard and the 55M of Monty Chamberlain. Monty with a good run off of turn number 4 is able to keep that 3rd spot. So Herring still able to hold the ball. He got in a little too hard. Loses the lead to Cody Leonard. Loses 2nd spot to Monty Chamberlain. So Cody goes high into turn number 1. That opens up the door for Monty. Here comes Herring back in the 1H. Now Monty goes high into turn number 4. He's going to lose the lead. They go 3 wide down the front straightaway for just a second out of turn number 4. Chamberlain back up high. Now side by side, Monty Chamberlain in the 55, Herring in the 1H, Cody Leonard in the 12. Come out of turn number 4, dead heat at the cross flags, halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Heat race number 1 here in your factory stocks at Texana. So Monty goes down and got in too hot down there in turn number 1, trying to rebound. It opens up the door for Chad there in the 1H. Here comes Cody Leonard back in the 12 on the inside of Chamberlain. So Monty hanging tough there on the outside. Can't get turn number 1 completely down the way he wants it, but he puts the ponies to the floor down the back straightaway. Side by side with Cody Leonard as they come to 2 more laps to go. So now Herring in the 1H able to check off just a little bit, check out. Monty gets in a little hot, loses a little ground, had to add too much brake. Meanwhile, white flag, 1 more lap to go. So Chad Herring in the 1H. 3-car length advantage over Leonard and Chamberlain, and it's going to stay that way out of turn number 4. Chad Herring's going to win. Cody Leonard 2nd, Monty Chamberlain 3rd, Tim Holmeyer 4th in the 8 star. So one of the more entertaining heat races we've had so far tonight. And that was just the first one. Coming up next, he was the winner of the last race out in the 44C. That's Cord Beard. Johnny Westfall in the 9 on the outside. Inside of row number 2 is the 02 is Shannon Maurer. 741 is Cameron Starry, the Robstown Rocket. 39 is Michaela Trimble. The 780 is James Stanfield, and rounding out the field in 7th in the 63J, that is Joe Johnson. So 7 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 2 for the factory stocks. So Cord Beard and Westfall, that's your front row. Shannon Maurer and Cameron Starry, that's row number 2. Cord and Johnny bringing them down real slow. Here we go. Green and going right here, right now. Now side by side all the way around for lap number 1. Westfall in the 9 takes the lead on the outside of Cord Beard in the 44C. Now your top are all right there together, nose to tail. Maurer in the 02 loses just a little bit of steam coming out of the backstretch. Meanwhile, back up front, there they are, nose to tail once again. Cameron Starr in a 741 popping out of line to the inside of the 44C at Cord Beard. Cam to the bottom. Here he comes. Can he make the pass all the way? He will indeed get second spot. Moves the Robtown Rocket into second spot as he sets his sights towards the 9 at Johnny Westfall. Trouble for the 63J at Joe Johnson. Pulling to the infield. Now here comes Starry looking to the inside as we get cross flags. Halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Cameron Starry looking to the inside. Westfall up to the outside in the 9. Cam's got a good run on the bottom. Let's see if we make it stick, but ponies to the floor on the outside line there for Johnny as he comes out of the 4th corner. Down back into turn number 1, side by side again. They get the equal runs down the back straightaway, side by side. Westfall inching out just a little bit, about a half a car length. Side by side down the front straightaway. 2 more laps to go. Johnny hanging tough there on the outside. Side by side again going into turn number 3. Starry with about a half a car length lead out of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Into turn 3, Starry got a good run. Johnny's going to try the crossover. Let's see if he can make it work. Here they come, side by side. Cameron Starry wins over Johnny Westfall and Shannon Maurer in 3rd, Cord Beard in 4th. And running out the 5th spot, Michaela Trimble in the 39. All right, so that concludes the preliminary portions of tonight's event. So we'll take a very, very short intermission here. Now's your chance again. Take a pause for the calls as we'll get everything back on track and ready to roll here for the main events here tonight. Rev Nut Sports Show night at Texana Raceway Park. All right, race fans, I just wanted to take a quick moment to wish somebody a very, very special birthday before we get this main event race in action started. When you checked in at the front gate and you bought your tickets, you ran into a very, very special lady, Miss Linda Brown. Well, tomorrow is her birthday. She's been at this racetrack for over 30 years helping out in various capacities, so we'd like to take a minute to wish Miss Linda a very, very happy birthday tomorrow. So, Miss Linda, happy birthday, many more. Thank you for all you do here for us at Texana Raceway Park. All right, Paige and Mr. Luke Hunter, if you check your pockets and you happen to be missing your debit card, I know where it is. It's down at the concession stand because you forgot it when you bought the food. So unless you want to buy the next round of $1 Dos Equis for everybody, you might want to check your pockets and head back down to the concession stand. All right, here we go. Main event race in action time here at Texana Raceway Park. Revved up sports show night at the races. If you want to keep up with the latest happenings in the rounds of Texas motorsports racing action, check out the Revved Up Sports Show, usually Monday nights on Facebook. Just do a Facebook search for Revved Up Sports Show. If not, check it out, revvedupsportshow.com, revvedupsportshow.tv. All the racing action. Here we go up front. Cody Leonard in the 12, the 45 of Brian Maycheck, the 17 of Adrian Awalt, the 44X of Brandon Welker. Here we go. Green flag. So 4 cars, 15 laps make up this main event action here. But right away, Cody Leonard starts checking out. Cody's running the high line. Everybody, well, Maycheck's now jumping down to the bottom. So move Adrian Awalt there from 4th up to 2nd. Awalt trying to have a good run there in the 17. He's one of those weekly warriors that's out here every single Saturday night that we're open. So meanwhile, Cody Leonard's checked out up front. Full straightaway length lead over the 17 of Awalt. Now further back, that battle there for 3rd and 4th. 44X of Welker has it. Maycheck in the 45. He wants it back. They go side by side out of turn number 1. Goes single file back into turn number 1. Now side by side, they're trying to get it side by side. They're into turn number 3. Not going to happen. So Welker able to get a better run in that 44X over the 45. So coming up to complete lap number 7, so 1 lap from halfway this time by. That completed lap number 8 for your leader, Cody Leonard. Check it out. That's lap number 9. Meanwhile, back to that battle between 3rd and 4th. Maychek in the 45 has the spot. Here comes the 44. Welker trying to jump back up on the outside to the top side. They go side by side down into turn number 1. Give the outside advantage for just a second to Welker. And now Maychek there in the 45. Maychek's got it there on the inside again. Move Welker back to 4th spot. Well, Welker's still changing up on the outside. Got a really good run going into turn number 1. Got too good of a run. Got in a little too hot, loosey-goosey there in turn number 1. So meanwhile, Cody Leonard out on a Saturday night stroll. Into turn 3, about to turn number 4. That'll be lap number 13 complete. 2 more laps to go. White flag one more time around for your leader, Cody Leonard, in the 12. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, picking up the checkered flag in the IMCA modified. Cody Leonard wins. Adrian Awal second. Brian Maychek third. And Brandon Welker in the 44X rounds out your top 4 finishers here in the IMCA modifieds. All right, everybody, here's your winner, Cody Leonard in the IMCA Modifieds. Look at that. His makeup's not even messed up. That looks so easy. Darren, here, come hold this stuff. Let's come around the front of the car, as you know how this works. So tell me, man, you've been off running late models, all kind of stuff in West Texas with the late model tour. Now you're back in an IMCA Modified. How hard is it for you to adjust your driving style to get back into one of these?
Once you get them all working, they all kind of worked about the same. So I know some people get scared with these 4-links, but really they drive it about the same as a factory stock or sport mod, you know, once they get them set up right. I guess it's really learning how to do it. It's the main curve.
So as far as changing up on cars, when you get to run something like tonight, obviously you checked out. I don't know if you could tell how far checked out you were. It didn't sound like you were always 100% hammered down, but do you get a chance to learn on something like that, or is it more on restarts, or what do you put in the memory bank on a race like this?
No, we kind of knew going into this that we'd have a pretty good chance, so we kind of took a shot at some things coming into this feature and just trying to learn more about the car and what changes would work on this dry slick stuff. This is what we try to get better on. So we do take opportunities like this to learn more and just make strides forward.
All right, everybody, here's your winner in IMCA Modifieds, Cody Leonard. right, coming up next on track will be the ever popular and ever growing E-Mods. So 10 cars, 20 laps. Here's how they're going to line up. Up front on the pole in the L87, that's Nathan Titzman. Cooper Kaliba in the 04, going for 3 in a row. Braden Tumlinson in the 33. Caden Valena in the 44V. Phil Beckner in car number 75. Brianna Witchy in the 59B. Summer Nave in the 21S. Nick Gomez in the 74. Daniel Taylor in the 68T. And right out of the field in car number 23, Dustin Witchy. There's your lineup, 10 cars, 20 lap main event here for the E-Mods. Couple of young guns there on the front row, Nathan Titzman and Cooper Kaliba. Here we go, lights are out, we go green, right here, right now. So right away, Titzman able to start checking out in that L87 machine. Good battle shaping up behind him, though. Cooper Kaliber gets a good little run off the corners, but when they come into the corner, the Tumlinson in that 33 gets right up to the backside. Those are your two top point leaders right now in the E-Mod class. Kaliba in the 04 and Tomlinson in the 33. In fact, when we say those are the top 2 point guys in the field, they are actually tied, 215 points apiece. So this is a big night to determine one big step closer to the track championship between the two of them. Trouble there for Titzman, and when I mean trouble, basically lap traffic in front of him going to slow his roll. But he's able to get around the 74 Gomez. So that completed lap number 5, 15 more laps to go. Everybody now starting to check out. First side-by-side battle is the battle there for 3rd and 4th between Brianna Witchy and Tumlinson. So Caden Valena moved by for 3rd. Titzman now about a half a straightaway lead over the 04 Cooper Kaliba. So Caden Valena runs 3rd, Tumlinson runs 4th, Brianna Witchy runs 5th in the 59B. Then you got Dustin Witchy there in the 23. So trouble there in turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Caden Valena in the 44 and the 33 of Tumlinson getting together. So that was 3rd and 4th spot. Trouble there for Gomez in the 74, spinning between turns 3 and 4. All right, so first Texas two-step restart here for the E-Mods. You got Titzman in the L87 up front. Looks like we got Kaliba on the outside in the 04. Tumlinson's pulling up to the inside of row number 2 for the time being. Actually looks like we got to go single file to get him shaped out for a second. Let's see here. Now they're getting lined up, so that'll move Kaliba to the inside of row number 2. Tumlinson up to the outside, then Brianna, the Battle of the Witchies on the inside of row number 3, or through row number 3. Got Brianna on the inside and Dustin on the outside. Well, that is your first 5 spots as we get ready to roll main event style here in the E-Mods. Lights are out, here we go. Green flag. As we said, your point leaders are side by side right there, the 04 and the 33. So as they come in tied in points at 215 points apiece. So coming up on halfway. Oh, trouble there for Summer. Gets together. Good save, though. Halfway home now up front with Nathan Titzman in the L87. Kaliba second. Tumlinson third. Brianna Witchy fourth. And Caden Valeno in fifth. Loops it going into turn number 1, but keeps it going. That'll move Phil Beckner in the 75 back up to 5th spot. Caution on the racetrack. Trouble there for the 21. Unable to get it refired. So it looks like the 21 not exactly happy with the 44. All right, so lights are out. Titzman on the front row by himself. Then you got the points leaders tied. Kaliba on the inside in the 04. Tumlinson on the outside in the 33. That's your top 2 rows as we get ready to go back. Texas two-step restyle right here. Oh, trouble for Summer. Got into the back of the 59 of Brianna Witchy. Brianna had a really good run going there. Had a top 5 run going all night long. So still stuck on lap number 10, halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go. So coming up on deck next race will be the sprint cars. We still got 10 laps to go in this one, so Titzman back up front. Kaliba in the 04, Tumlinson in the 33. That's the way the top 2 rows will go. Here we go. Green flag. All right, so your top couple of places there, all single file. So Titzman back up front over the 33 of Tumlinson, the 04 Calibra, 75 of Phil Beckner. That's his first time in the top 4 so far tonight. And caution out again, 74 of Gomez in the back wall there, back into the wall in the 74. All right, so everybody else relined up there. Texas two-step restart, same as it was before, just a little row flip-flopped a little bit. So you got Titzman on the front row by himself. Then you got Tumlinson to the inside this time. Cooper Calibra in the 04 to the outside. Phil Beckner to the inside of row number 3. Brianna Witchie in the 59B on the outside of row number 3. That's your top 5 as we get ready to go restart. 11 laps complete, 9 more laps to go. Here we go, green flag. So everybody checked out pretty clean. Titzman now with about a 3-car length advantage, this time over the 04 Cooper Calibra. Braden Tomlinson in the 33 runs third, side by side for fourth. Phil Beckner in the 75. Brianna Witchie in the 59B. So definitely some contact between the 59 and the 75 because the door panel of the 75 is about to fall off. That dogfight still continues for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Phil Beckner checking out just a little bit. They're in 4th. Now side by side this time is Caden Valena in the 44V and the 59B of Brianna Witchie. Woo, trouble. Oh, Gomez right in front of your leader, Nathan Titzman. Little loosey-goosey there on the outside, but no harm, no foul. Everybody stays straight. That was lap number 17, coming up on 18. 2 more laps to go. That indeed was lap number 18. 2 more laps to go. Into 3 up out of turn number 4. Nathan Titzman will see the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Into turn 3. Up out of turn number 4, had the pole, led them all. 20 laps later, checkered flags out for Nathan Titzman in the L87. Cooper Calibra comes home second. Braden Tomlinson third. Phil Beckner fourth. And Caden Valena rounds out your top 5. All right, everybody, here's your winner, Nathan Titzman. Here, you can hold that and that. Let's come over here and talk about it in front of the car, but your crew's coming over here, so we'll have a few minutes. So tell me about the race, man. You started on the pole. Seemed like an easy night from your perspective. Tell us about the race.
I just knew I had to hit my marks and roll around the bottom and hope nobody passed me.
Well, that's good, sound, solid advice. I guess you learned that from Lawrence. But so talk about the track itself. Did you have to, even though you were the leader and had your different positions on the racetrack, did you have to change your line at any point, or was it the other guy's responsibility when they got to you to get around you?
I just kind of ran my line, and I didn't know who was behind me or what was going on.
So now that you won, I know you got to go home and take the baseball bat and beat the ladies off of you because you won another race. So talk about what you got planned for the rest of this summer, man.
Really just racing and maybe working for my dad and grandpa.
All right, and there it is. Nathan Titzman, your winner in the E-Mods. All right, here they come with the ever-popular Southern United Sprint cars here at Texana. As we said last time, the Sprint cars will be on the schedule here in 2022. So tentatively, this is how they're going to line up on paper, which is the lineup that I have. Up front on the pole in car number 7 is Rod Craddock. Outside will be the 6 of Christopher Townsend. Inside of row number 2, the 12 of Trey Schmidt. Outside will be the 26 of Jacob Harris. Inside of row number 3, the 31 of Chase Schubert. Outside of him, starting 6th, is the 24 of Tyler Harris. Up next on the inside of row number 4, starting 7th, is Steve Leggio. Outside of him in 8th, the 76 of Daniel King. Inside the next row, row number 5, starting 9th, the 91, that's Craig Oakes. Outside of Craig, in the 22L, that's Kent Lewis Sr. Up next on the inside of row number 6, starting 11th, the 3, Teresa Waller. The 12th starting spot goes to the 35 of Chris Henson. 13th belongs to the 15P of Andy Van Barkum. The 10 of Michael Oliver starts 14th. Inside of row number 8, the 3W of Willie Reed. 16th goes to Kent Lewis. 17th on the inside of row number 9 is Gordon Taylor. And if he's able to start, I haven't seen him yet, the 10 of Aiden Welch will round out the 18-car field here at Texana Raceway Park. All right, race fans, stand up, release that seat, take a good stretch, grab your camera, because you're about to see one of the greatest shows on dirt. It is Independence Day weekend, and we see Old Glory on the back of all these thunderous, awesome, kick-ass sprint cars. Grab your phone, take some pictures, because it's going to get good, y'all. All right, y'all, grab a hat, grab a kid, wave at these drivers one last time as they come by with Old Glory. Thank you for coming out to Texana Raceway Park, the Southern United Sprint Car Series. All right, so once we gather up all the Old Glories, get these guys and gals back up racing and rolling, we'll give them a couple of warm-up laps here to get back in the right lineup. Then we'll give you the lineup. Then we'll cut them loose. 20-lap main event here for the Southern United Sprint Cars. Don't forget you can catch all the racing action on replay with our friends at raceontexas.com. All you have to do is sign up for an all-access pass. You get access to this racing action on a replay, and also you get all kind of racing action live all across the great state of Texas. Tracks such as the South Texas Race Ranch right here live at Texana Raceway Park, as well as our friends at Cotton Bowl Speedway, Kennedale Speedway Park up in Kennedale, up in the Dallas Metroplex area. So you get a chance to get racing action from all over the state with our friends at raceontexas.com. Check it out, raceontexas.com, via their all-access package. Looks like we got just a little bit of issue here with a couple of the cars left to go. Trying to get them in gear. One of them's a 7 of Rod Craddock having issues popping into gear, and the other one is going to be, I think that is the 35 car of Chris Henson. So if you happen to have lost your glasses, they have been found and been given to the front gate ticket office there when you come in. So if you happen to have misplaced your glasses, they have been found and they're at the ticket office. So All right, here's your lineup according to how they look like they're going to line up on paper, and I think it's going to be pretty close. On the pole, the 7 of Rod Craddock. Outside, the 6 of Christopher Townsend. Inside the next row, the 12 of Trey Schmidt. 36 is Jacob Harris. The 31 is Chase Schubert. The 24 is Tyler Harris. The 11 is Steve Leggio. The 76 of Daniel King. The 91 of Craig Oakes. The 21L of Kent Lewis Sr. Teresa Waller in the 3 starts 11th. 12th is the 35 of Chris Henson. 13th, 15P, Andy Van Barkum. The 10 is Michael Oliver starting 14th. 15th is the 3W of Willie Reed. The 41 is Kent Lewis Jr. Gordon Taylor in the 5 and Aiden Welch is going to round out the top 10 or top 20 lineup here in the 10W. So it's the calm before the storm, y'all. So Craddock and Townsend, that is your front row. Trey Schmidt, Jacob Harris, that is row number 2. Chase Schubert and Tyler Harris, that is row number 3. Lights are out around the speedway. Race fans, are you ready? I said race fans, are you ready? It's time to go sprint car racing in Texana. Here we go. And right off the bat, it's Rod Craddock, Christopher Townsend in the 6, side by side for the lead. Trey Schmidt runs second. Harris in the 26 runs third and fourth. Trouble for the 41 of Kent Lewis Jr. Meanwhile, back up front, here they come. The 7 of Rod Craddock. The 6 of Christopher Townsend and the 12 of Trey Schmidt. Here comes the 6 to the inside of Craddock. There goes Townsend trying to get to the bottom. Caution's out. Oh, trouble. Got one upside down. Craig Oakes in the 91 upside down on the front straightaway. Hey, race fans, we got a break in the action. Don't forget, I got a twofer for this weekend. If you still want some racing action, you can head on out to our friends over at the South Texas Race Ranch tomorrow night. They'll be racing their normal racing program starting, I believe, at 7 o'clock. You can check out the South Texas Race Ranch Facebook page for details on all of that. Know some sponsors have given some extra money to a couple of different classes to get the car count up a little bit over there. So, as we said, if tonight's racing action is not enough for you, head on down to Corpus Christi, Old Brownsville Road and Saratoga Road right there when you first get into Corpus on SBID. So, lots of good racing action. You can go down hang out at the beach for the daytime and then hit some good racing action Sunday night. So that's our friends over at South Texas Race Ranch will be racing. As far as Texana Raceway Park goes, we'll be back at racing action next Saturday night, July the 9th, with your normal racing show that you see here minus the sprint cars. So lots of racing action still to come in the heat of the summer. So we thank everybody for coming out tonight as Rev Nut Sports Show Night at the Races continues here with the Southern United Sprint Cars. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention earlier, if the fireworks on the racetrack are not exciting enough for you, stay tuned. After the factory stock main event is over, we will have a firework display here for you fans at Texana Raceway Park. So don't leave as soon as the factory stock race is over, because we'll be having fireworks pretty soon afterwards. Steph Perez, a little birdie told me that you have a happy birthday coming up on July the 4th. So happy birthday, Steph Perez, from all of us here at Texana Raceway Park. All right, cars are fired back up and in almost the correct running order that they should be. So we got Rod Craddock up front in the 7. Then we got Christopher Townsend in the 6, Trey Schmidt in the 12th, or in the 12 car rather. Who do we have next? Is that Tyler Harris? Jacob Harris in the 26, Tyler Harris in the 24, Chase Schubert in the 31, Daniel King in the 76. That's your first couple of rows and running orders as we get ready to turn them loose. Don't know the exact lap we're on. My timing and scoring app may not have actually completed the first official lap, so it may be a complete restart. All right, lights are out. We're getting ready to turn them loose. Here we go. Green flag. So right off the bat, Rod Craddock continues to check out in that car. Number 7, side-by-side battle there for second spot. Trey Schmidt on the outside. Christopher Townsend up on the inside in the black number 6. Oh, they go around the outside. What a move by Trey Schmidt to the outside of Rod Craddock for the lead. Your top 3 now into turn number 4. Coming out of turn number 4, side by side, nose to tail, your top 5 positions. First side-by-side battle is a battle for 7th and 8th. Chase Schubert in the 31 to the outside of Daniel King. They run behind Harris in the 24. As they start coming, the laps keep clicking off faster and faster. That completed lap number 5. Now coming around for lap number 6 for your leader, the 12 car, Trey Schmidt. Christopher Townsend second in the 6. Rod Craddock third in the 7. As your lead trio starts to stretch out just a little bit, you got about a half straightaway length lead, almost now a full straightaway length lead for the 12 of Trey Schmidt in front of the 6 of Townsend. Battle there for 3rd and 4th between Harris and the 26 and the 7 of Rod Craddock. So Trey Schmidt, your leader, goes around the 5 of Gordon Taylor. So we are halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go here in your Southern United Sprint Car main event race in action at Texana Raceway Park. Your leader continues to be that black number 12 of Trey Schmidt off into turn number 1. Now outside of turn number 2, checking out on the field. Second place in the black number 6, the green letters. That is Christopher Townsend. He runs second. Rod Craddock in the red and white, number 7 runs third. That is your top 3. As we come around to complete lap number 12 into lap number 13 for your leader. Second place spot on the racetrack belongs to that black number 6. Then it's the 7 of Rod Craddock. Then you got the Harrises racing nose to tail in the 26 and 24 car. Jacob Harris in the 26, Tyler Harris in the number 24. Coming up on lap number 15 as your leader, Trey Schmidt hits lap number 15. 5 more laps to go. He's in heavy traffic. He just passed the 22L of Kent Lewis, Sr. Hotspot now shaping up the battle there for third between the 7 of Rod Craddock and the 26 of Jacob Harris. And caution on the racetrack. Trouble for a couple of guys getting together in turn number 3, or turn number 1 rather. So caution came out on lap number 16, so 4 more laps to go, but that is not anywhere near close what Trey Schmidt wanted, as he had almost a half a track lead over the rest of these thundering herds. So it looked like one of the cars involved was a 31 at Chase Schubert. It looks like they're going to try to get him refired. Don't forget, coming up after the factory stock race, we'll be having some 4th of July fireworks a couple of days early. All right, so lights are out. Looks like they're getting ready to turn them loose. Trey Schmidt in the 12, the 6 of Christopher Townsend, the 7 of Rod Craddock, 26 of Jacob Harris, the 24 of Tyler Harris. That is your top 5 as we get ready to turn them loose with 4 more laps to go. Green flag. And just like before, the 12 of Smith starts checking out over the 6 of Townsend. Rod Craddock in a dogfight between the Harrises. Now move Jacob Harris in the 26 into third spot underneath Rod Craddock. Trouble in turn number 1. A couple of them looped around down there in turn number 1. So a couple of cars locked up over there. The one I can see is the 22 Ella Kent Lewis Sr. Looks like the 3 of Willie Reed involved as well. And the 10, looks like the other car involved is the 10 of Michael Oliver. So 3 cars back up to speed. No harm, no fouls. They get ready with 3 laps to go here in this main event race in action. Cameron Starry needs a sprint car. That's what Cameron Starry needs. You'd have fun in one of these, Bubba. All right, so waiting on a couple of cars there towards the back of the field to get lined up correctly. And or single file, depending on how you want to look at it. All right, so lights are out. Here we go. Going to turn them loose. 3 laps to go. Thereabouts. Trey Smith in the 12. Christopher Townsend in the 6. New third place man with Jacob Harris in the 26. Here we go. Green flag. Oh, trouble there for Craddock coming out of turn number 2, loses another spot. This time by lap number 18, 2 more laps to go. We are on point. Into turn number 4, out of turn number 4, white flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, Trey Smith. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, a big Independence Day win for Trey Smith in the 12. Christopher Townsend second. Harris ends up third and 4th. Jacob Harris third. Tyler Harris 4th. And Daniel King rounds out the top 5 here in the Southern United Sprint Cars. All right, standing down in victory lane here with your winner, Trey Smith. So, buddy, that was a hell of a run. Once you got the lead, you just checked out on everybody, and I know that last couple of cautions was not something that you wanted to see.
Yeah, when you have the lead like that, you know there's rubber around the bottom, so it's probably the fast line, but you don't know how close they are. So, to be honest with you, I was pretty nervous. The last couple of restarts, it was kind of tiptoeing in, and then it was kind of heavy power coming off, and so as long as you got in good, but I didn't feel like I was getting in good, but you just never know where they're at. But luckily, we kept our nose clean and brought it home.
So talk about how the track changes. Obviously, it's middle of the summer and it's getting pretty hot out here, and the track is pretty dry, and it was pretty dry slick. As far as the sprint cars go, do you guys normally set up for a dry slick track, or you guys like it a little wetter?
Honestly, the track condition is for it's everybody's got the same track condition, so I could care less what it is. I prefer dry slick top to bottom. It brings the driver in, throttle control, and it just makes it more fun. You had some hammer down races this year, and you tore up complete cars, and it's just not worth it to me. But they're fun. Everything's fun. I've been on this track where it was rough and elbows up, and had a blast. Never won here. Got second a couple times, and but I knew tonight we had heavy wind all day. It didn't matter how much water you put on here. We had a smooth surface, and it was fun.
All right, we know these bad boys don't go around without themselves. Know you got some sponsors to thank.
Yes, sir. Got Advanced Enzyme Systems, H&R Air Condition. If it wasn't for him, the car, we probably wouldn't even have made all the races this year. We've had some pretty catastrophic failures, and then when we do finish, we got a couple wins and a couple up front, but hopefully those are all behind us. Have a blast racing with Christopher every weekend. The Harrises, it's really fun series. I like coming out here and putting a show on for y'all guys. I love this track, and finally got a win here.
All right, we'll take some victory lane photos. Congratulations on a good run, man. Trey Schmidt, your winner in the Southern United Sprint Cars. All right, moving down a couple of rows here, I guess a couple of spots, one car lane. Christopher Townsend, your second place finisher. Great hair, by the way. You can't tell you just run 20 laps here. Talk about your race, man. Could you see him checking out and was getting nervous, needed to change your line, or were you more worried about the cars around you running second, third, and fourth?
Honestly, I just knew how to protect the bottom. When we rolled out here for the flag ceremony, I saw in turn 1 and 2, I could see the rubber started already laying down before the other classes. I felt like I had a chance. I felt really better than Craddock there early on. I could see myself being better. And then Trey showed me in his nose, and I thought we was good off of 4, and then he got me off of 2.
So how hard is it to adjust the driving style from track to track? Obviously, you guys run Cotton Bowl, you guys run the race ranch down south versus here. So talk about the way you have to adjust your driving style from track to track.
Honestly, here, this is one of the fastest racetracks we go to all year. I mean, this place carries a good amount of speed, and you just got to be smooth on the wheel and don't turn the wheel a whole lot. Smooth as straight as fast.
All right, so like we talked to Schmidt over there, these things don't go around without the sponsors. You got anybody you need to thank for this thing?
Yes, sir. First, I got to thank my mom and dad, my girlfriend, TSS, RW Burke Trucking. Man, I don't have any stickers on my car to short that Corpus, but RW Burke Trucking, Z-Max, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, my grandpa, Keen Services, everyone else at home.
All right, second place finisher, Christopher Townsend, everybody. All right, coming up next on the track is the battle for the pure stock supremacy. As we said, another one of the new classes here at Texana Raceway Park this season. If you're looking for a good, affordable way to go from the grandstands to the racetrack, the pure stocks are a good way to go, along with them and the E-mods. So let's go with the starting lineup up here. Up front on the pole in car 32 is Johnny Westfall. Outside of Johnny, in the 355, that's Mickey Helms. Inside the next row, car 35, that's Monty Chamberlain. Kenny Berry in the 0-1 on the outside of row number 2. Gary Butler was supposed to start in position number 5, had some issues, along with the 27 of James Jennings. We got the 42M of Wesley Maurer and the 401 of William Cellier rounding out the field with Mike Horelka in the 19 making the call for the main event. So and we agree to go in here in the pure stocks. Ooh, Mickey Helms got a big old chunk of rear bumper of Johnny Westfall in that 32. But don't look now on the bottom. Here comes Monty Chamberlain digging in that 35. And right away, battle for the top spot both ways. Top 4 side by side, nose to tail. First up front, the battle for the lead on the outside. You got the leader, the 32. Johnny Westfall inside, the 35. That's Monty Chamberlain. Then you got Kenny Berry in the row back in the 0-1. Then you got the 355 of Mickey Helms dropping back to 4th spot. Still side by side for the lead. Monty Chamberlain had it that lap in the 35. Here comes the 32 up on the outside. Coming up to complete lap number 5. 15 more laps to go. Little wiggle and jiggle there for Maurer coming out of turn number 4. So meanwhile, back up front, the leader continues to be the 35 of Monty Chamberlain. Then you've got the 32 of Johnny Westfall. Top 2 leaders about to come into some heavy lap traffic with the 401 of William Cellier. They dive down to the inside. They take Kenny Berry with him. Oh, Maurer, trouble. I think he just lost the tire. He did indeed. Just lose the right front, I think, over the wall on the backstretch. Yeah, lost something. Wow, meanwhile, back up front to the front of the pack, back to the lead duo here. You got the 35 of Chamberlain still in the lead over the 32 of Johnny Westfall. Then right behind him, you've got the 355 of Mickey Helms and the 0-1 of Kenny Berry. Just completed lap number 9, coming up on lap number 10, halfway home here in the Pier Stocks. So now battle shaping up there for third between Westfall and the 32 and Mickey Helms in the 355. Your top four is still pretty close together, hanging out. Coming up will be lap number 13. 7 more laps to go. Now your top three, the Nova's all starting to get closer and closer together as he gets closer to the end of the main event. Here comes Westfall trying to look to the inside. Other 35 of Monty Chamberlain going to come up on the lap car. William Sellier again. Lap number 15. 5 more laps to go. All right, your top three, nose to tail, coming out of turn number 4. They get to the inside. So Mickey Helms tried to go to the outside, popped the wall, may have popped the right rear in the process. And caution's out. Oh, it looks like it was the tire on the 401 that popped. Might be the left rear flat there on Mickey's car. So it looks like they finally got the 401 William Sellier and got him squared away there. So a couple of features left to go here. We've got the end of the pure stock race. We've got the limited sport mod race happening. And then we've got the factory stocks. And then don't forget, after the factory stock race, then we'll have the fireworks spectacular. For our Independence Day celebration here on Revved Up Sports Show night, Texana Raceway Park. Thanks everybody for coming out and enjoying this holiday weekend of racing with us. So Monty keeping a real low pace. So Monty Chamberlain in the 35, the 32 of Johnny Westfall, 0-1 of Kenny Berry in the 355 of Mickey Helms. We go green with 4 more laps to go. Oh, trouble there for Westfall. A little high out of turn number 4. Two more laps to go for your leader, the 355 of Monty, or 35 of Monty Chamberlain. They start getting racy behind him. with Westfall, Kenny Berry, and Mickey Helms. But back to the front, white flag, one more lap to go. Into turn 3, about a turn number 4, picking up another pure stock win. Monty Chamberlain, Johnny Westfall second, Mickey Helms third, Kenny Berry fourth. And the podiums continue for the Novas out of the Tony Blankenship camp. As the typical win goes with Monty Chamberlain, here we'll let you hold that. You get to hold this for now. You've been here, you know how this works. So talk about it, man. The dominance of the Novas in Tony Blankenship's camp continues. Talk about the race tonight. You didn't lead at all, but it looked like it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, Bobby. We're all very lucky that Tony will let us drive his cars. He'll rotate drivers around. I'm very lucky to do that. The Novas, I took a picture today of those 3 Novas. Where will you find 3 Novas at a racetrack in 2022? So they are fun. Found the bottom of that track. Once I got on that, I said, okay, this is where it's at. And it was just a throttle control the whole way.
So I know that you were just in Europe for a couple of weeks, and now you come back to the Texas heat. Did it take you long to get back used to this heat, or are you still wishing you were back over across the pond?
I loved it over there. I love Germany, especially when I got out of the plane into Houston. I told my wife, can we go back? I don't even want to go home. It was like 80 degrees there every day. We had a blast, and good to be back here at Texana. Good to see all the fans, and always a good time here.
All right, here's your winner, Monty Chamberlain, everybody, in the 35 Pure Stock. Jeremy Hughes, I know you're here. Jeremy Hughes, a little birdie just told me it was your birthday this weekend. So happy birthday, buddy, from all of us here at Texana Raceway Park. All right, next race on track right here, your limited sport mods here. They're going to line up front on the pole. The 13B is Bryce Reed. Outside in the 879, that is Marcus Miklinchek. $4X is Caleb Sellier. BD2 is Daniel Preston. 93, Mark Greener. 26 is Logan Dinsman. 410 is Audrey Joe. The 11T, that's the one without the door on this side. That is Tom Grothhughes. There they are, 8 cars, 20 laps. Big time main event action here for your limited sport mods. So lights are out. Bryce Reed and Marcus Miklinchek. That is the front row. Here we go. Green flag. And right off the bat, Miklinchek in the 879 checks out over Bryce Reed. Bryce still hanging tough in second. Daniel Preston in the BD2 will round out into the third. Now battle there between him and Caleb Sellier here for third and fourth. So now move the BD2 up to the outside. That battle for third and fourth still continuing. Preston slightly bounces off the wall down there in turn number 2. But now up front battle there for the lead, shaping up. Bryce Reed sent it into turn 3. Wasn't able to make it stick. Now that battle there between third and fourth rages on. Caleb trying to get to the bottom in turn number 1 to keep the momentum alive. Preston getting that good run on the outside. Good solid grooves from top to bottom here tonight at Texana. So now move to third spot, Caleb Sellier in that $4X. Preston still putting up a fight though. So back up front, still continuing to lead is the 879 of Marcus Miklinchek. Coming up to complete lap number 7, so 13 more laps to go. He leads over the number 13B of Bryce Reed, the $4X to Caleb Sellier. And the BD2 of Daniel Preston. So now everybody's starting to play lights. That was lap number 8, so 12 more laps to go. So coming up, cross flags, halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go. Mid-race recap running order. The 879 of Marcus Miklinchek is your leader. 13B of Bryce Reed runs second. Caleb Sellier in the $4X runs third. BD2 of Daniel Preston runs fourth. And Mark Greener in the yellow number 93 rounds out the top 5 here as we completed 10 laps. With 10 more laps to go. Now make it 9 more laps to go as we complete lap number 11 here in the limited sport mods. So now your leader, Marcus Miklinchek, going to get into just a little bit of lap traffic here with the 26 of Dinsman, which shouldn't be too bad. Marcus has led them all since the drop of the green flag, started on the outside pole. The battle for third and fourth started shaping up again, but it looks like Daniel Preston lost all the momentum after the dive bomb in turn number 1 went wrong. And then they go to the inside of Logan Dinsman. That completed lap number 16, so 4 more laps to go. Now they're coming up complete lap number 17, coming to 18. 2 more laps to go. Oh, trouble for Dinsman. Spins out of turn number 4. Luckily, Preston didn't hit him in that BD2. Now the hot spot, they battle there for third and fourth. Daniel Preston tried the dive bomb. It didn't work that time. Let's see what he does into turn number 3. Meanwhile, back up front, Marcus Miklinchek, white flag, 1 more lap to go. But Caleb Sellier on the outside, able to take off to the top side. So into turn 3 out of turn number 4, he led them all, including the last one. Marcus Miklinchek wins. Bryce Reed runs second. Caleb Sellier runs third. Daniel Preston in the BD2 rounds out your top 4 here in the Limited Sport Mods. All right, race fans, down here in the lower portion of the racetrack, victory lane with the 879, Marcus Miklinchek. Tell me, man, like I joked with you when you got out of the car, not bad for an old man. It's been a hot minute since you've been in victory lane, hasn't it?
Man, we ain't raced a whole bunch this year, and we've got, I don't know, like 2 wins this year, so it's nice to get another one on the board.
So talk about the racetrack itself. Is it something that you have to change your driving habits on a dry, slick track like this? I mean, it's pretty hot, it's pretty dry, but you're able to take off on the outside lane, and nobody seemed to be able to catch you.
Man, my foot's a little fat for these dry tracks, but we get lucky every now and then.
So I know you got people to thank with this one. Obviously, this car looks good. It's been a lot of places. It's got a familiar Joe Armandia vibe to it, but I know you got some other sponsors you want to thank.
Man, yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Joe, his family. They do a lot for me. James Cole, On Demand Shirts, y'all need to check them out. They're awesome. We got shirts down in the pit, so I'll be there all night. Y'all come down and get some. Vinco Plumbing, Ace Transmissions, Mattress Firm, and every one of y'all for coming out, letting us have someone to put a show on for.
All right, continuing the family legacy of winning, Marcus Miklinchek, your winner in the Limited Sport Mods.
And also, I want to give a big shout out to my wife, Megan. She does a lot for a support system on this deal.
Good job remembering the wife at the last minute, buddy. All right, everybody, final main event in the evening before the fireworks, the official fireworks. There's no telling what's going to happen on this race. Up front on the pole in the 1/8 is Chad Herring. Outside of him, then 741. That is indeed the Robstown Rocket, Cameron Starry. In the 12, that's Cody Leonard. Johnny Westfall up on the outside of row number 2. Up next on the inside of row number 3, starting 5th, the 8-star from College Station, that is Tim Homeyer. In the 0-2, starting 6th, outside of row number 3, that's Shannon Maurer. In 7th spot, the 55N, Amani Chamberlain. The 44C, that's Cord Beard. 777, Will Spears starts 9th. The 10th is the 39 of Michaela Trimble. Mike Karelka in the 19 starts 11th. James Stanfield in the 780 starts 12th. Alan Torres in the 94 and the 63 of Joe Johnson rounds out the rest of the field here in your factory stocks. All right, lights are out. Here we go. We go racing in the factory stocks right here, right now. So Herring and Cameron Starry right there, nose to tail, side by side. Here comes Johnny Westfall in the 9. Pulling out over the 12 of Cody Leonard. Here comes the 0-2 of Shannon Maurer back up front there, side by side. Dead heat at the end of lap number 1. So Herring now hanging tough on the inside. Cameron Starry back up to the outside. Where's Westfall going to go in the 9? Westfall pulling double duty, racing both in the pure stock and now the factory stock. So Cameron Starry able to take the lead. Here comes Johnny Westfall to the outside of Herring in that 1H. Oh, Westfall tried to make it 3 wide. I think he wanted to for the moment, but he's got that high line outside rolling, moving him to second spot. Oh, Cord Beard monster trucking over the tire there in turn 2. Westfall trying to make it work up on the outside, but Cameron Starry still got it rolling there towards the inside. And caution now. I think we're going to go caution for the tire right in that groove out of turn number 2. So caution's out. We got everybody lined up and ready to go for a Texas two-step restart. Watch that 8-star from College Station. That's Tim Homeyer. He normally races in and around Cotton Bowl Speedway and Waco at Heart of Texas Speedway. So he's driven a long way to be here tonight. So watch that car come to the front. One of the heavy hitters there at Cotton Bowl, former track champion up there in Page. All right, so Texas two-step restart engaged. So Cameron Starr up front on the row by himself. Then you got the 1H of Chad Herring and the 9 of Johnny Westfall. That is your top three. Here we go. Greedy going. And caution back out on the speedway. So as we get ready towards the midpoint of the season, we get to start looking at point standings. And as we talk about the points being close in the other classes, they're pretty close here. As your point leader is Shannon Maurer in the 0-2. Now Shannon missed the last race out. Looks like he's got a reskin car or a brand new car underneath him right now. Ironically, the person chasing him in points is only 5 points behind, and that is Johnny Westfall in the 9 car right in front of him. So your top two in the points are running third and fourth as they get ready to go for the Texas two-step restart. All right, so lights out around the racetrack. Here we go. Cameron Starry, Chad Herring, Johnny Westfall, Shannon Maurer, and Tim Homeyer. That is your top 5 as we go. 5 laps complete, 15 more laps to go here in the factory stocks. Last main event of the night here in Texana. Here we go, green flag. Right away, Cameron Starry jumps out in the 741. Johnny Westfall hangs tough in second. Now here comes the third and fourth. Shannon Maurer in the 0-2. Now there's your point leader side by side. 5 points separating your leader. The 0-2 of Shannon Maurer and the 9 of Johnny Westfall. There in the 9. That's 5 points. Trouble further back in the pack. Looks like the 777 and the 39 of Michaela Trimble contact down in turns 3 and 4. Michaela not getting started. All right, guys, don't forget, while we got a minute, after this race is over, once I get done with the Victory Lane interview with the winner of this race, before we get to the fireworks spectacular, we're going to turn the lights off to get a better view of the fireworks. So don't freak out at the end of this race. When we turn the lights out, at that point, you don't have to go home. So we're going to turn the lights out for the firework extravaganza at the end of the night. So don't be alarmed when the lights go off. It'll happen after I get done with my Victory Lane interview with the winner of tonight's factory stock race. All right, so no more Texas two-step restarts. Going single file from here on out. Here we go, green flag. So right away, the leader, Cameron Starr, in the 741 continues. Here comes Johnny Westfall trying to look to the inside. Oh, trouble. They get together right there out of turn number 2. So the 9 got into the 741. The 02 got into the 9. The 9 and the 741 had the worst of that. All right, so from the looks on the racetrack, they have sent the 9 of Westfall to the back of the pack. So 8 laps complete, 12 laps to go. That should be a lot of fun watching Westfall come from the back of the pack, trying to get back to the front. So he's going to come through there like a hot knife through butter. So recapping the order, you got the 741 of Cameron Starr, the 02 of Maurer, the 8 star of Tim Homeyer, and Chad Herring, and Torres rounding out your top 5. Here we go. Here comes Homeyer coming up to the inside of Maurer in that 02. As you said, watch that 8 star, one of the power players in the factory stocks up at Cotton Bowl Speedway. So move Homeyer there into second spot. Move Maurer back to third. Halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go here in your factory stock main event. Trouble there for the 777 of Spears, parking it off the wall in turn number 2. Ooh, they got a Hungry Hounds behind them. Trouble for Homeyer there in the 8. Off of turn number 4. Got a gaggle of cars going behind him. Here comes Herring trying to get back on the inside of Tim Homeyer. They're going to make it go 3 wide down the back straightaway. So battle second, third, fourth, fifth, all of them right there, nose to tail. Trouble there for Herring. He gets together with Maurer in that 02. Trouble there for Alan Torres in the 94. So Torres not able to keep up with it, loses a couple of spots. Now they go 3 wide, 4 wide now for a moment behind the 777 of Spears. Spears is a lap car. Here comes Cord Beard to the inside of the 02 of Maurer. Monty Chamberlain got to check up to keep him getting put in the fence. Here comes Torres back to the inside. Oh, trouble right there. It finally happened there in turn 3 and 4. And caution's out. So trouble there for Monty Chamberlain pulling into the hot pit on the outside. Don't know if he had a flat tire, but it didn't sound real good when he drove by here. So the whole front of this field's all jumbled up past second on back. So your leader continues to be the 741 of Cameron Starry. Then you've got the 8-star of Tim Homeyer, the 1H of Chad Herring, the 44C of Cord Beard. Then at some point in there, you got Johnny Westfall in the 9 that's going to be in there. And then you got the 94 Alan Torres. And then the 39 of Michaela Trimble rounds out your top half of the cars there. So So 15 laps down, 5 more laps to go here in this one, the factory stock main event. Trouble for Torres, takes it to the hot pit. Here we go, Greta going, 5 more laps to go. Trouble for Spears again in the 777, doing a couple of donuts down there in turn number 4. This time he keeps it going, no harm, no foul. So that completed lap number 16, so a couple of laps to go from halfway or from the end of the race. Your leader, Kevin 741 and Cameron Starry, starting to check out over the 8-star Tim Homeyer. Hot spot battle there for third between Chad Herring and the 1H and the 44C Accord Beard. White flag, 1 more lap to go. So Cord got by the 1H of Herring with Chad coming back in hot. There on the bottom, Cord trying the defensive line on the bottom. Cameron Starry's going to win. Tim Homeyer second. Battle here for third. By just the inch of a nose, it looks like Cord Beard will win that battle there for third spot. All right, unbuckling from the seat, getting his makeup done. The Robstown Rocket, Cameron Starry, wins the factory stock main event. iRacer extraordinaire. You thought I'd forget about that, huh? All right, so you know the drill. Hold this. You can have the trophy. Yeah, fill the tires. They're hot and all that good stuff. All right, man, let's talk about that race. You got the start up front, but there was some heavy hounds behind you. Talk about how you managed that race throughout the main event.
Man, I knew that we had a good car on the bottom from the start. There at the start, we had to roll the middle there for a couple laps. but I knew that the bottom was going to be better throughout the long run. And if I didn't come off of it, I knew that it was going to be hard for the other ones to get around me. I had a feeling that they were there, so I was just running every lap like they were getting ready to pass me at the checkered flag. And yeah, that's pretty much how I'm here right now.
That sounds good, solid advice for a racer. Just run like they're coming after me for the checkered flag. That's good. That's original. But other than that, has the heat in the summertime changed this track enough we have to change your driving style? Or is it because we're so used to it being 105 degrees in South Texas that we know what to expect at the races?
Man, I haven't really been able to tell a difference other than I may put my fire suit on a little bit later than usual. But, man, I haven't really been able to tell too much of a difference. Tonight it was a little bit slicker than usual, probably because the sprint cars will be here. But as for weather-wise, I haven't really been able to tell too much of a difference.
All right, so here's your winner, the Robstown Rocket, Cameron Starr, in victory lane for the factory stocks. All right, gang, so here in just a few minutes, maybe even a few moments, the lights will go out and the fireworks will be happening. So we'll, y'all don't get scared when the lights go out, okay? I've seen some of you had too many Dollar Dos Heckies. Y'all don't try to snuggle up next to somebody else either when the lights go out. I've seen that. And speaking of Dollar Dos Heckies or any of the adult beverages, if you've had way too many, make sure you find yourself a responsible ride home. All right, race fans, so thank you for coming out tonight on Revved Up Sports Show Night at Texana Raceway Park. Don't forget, if you need a double dose of racing action this weekend, you can check out the South Texas Race Ranch there in Corpus Christi. They're having a full night of racing action tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock. Check out all the information on their classes and stuff that goes with their racetrack at South Texas Race Ranch on Facebook. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Texana Raceway Park here. Our next race here will be next weekend, next Saturday night, July the 9th. Full card of racing action there in store too. So on behalf